Every great investment comes down to one question. Do you believe in the team? Here is the BLACKSUN team. Atan F. Muhammad, founder, chairman, and chief executive officer. His story begins on the field, not in a boardroom. A former University of Miami Hurricanes football player, Muhammad carries the competitive instincts of a Division I athlete into every deal he touches. After his playing career, he built the second foundation at Morgan Stanley as a wealth manager, developing the capital markets expertise and investor relationships that now drive BLACKSUN's deal architecture. He is not a traditional fund manager. He is a builder. It was Muhammad who conceived the BLACKSUN thesis, identifying the convergence of sports, media, financial infrastructure, and the creator economy as the defining investment opportunity of this era. He designed the 4-silo platform structure, selected the specific asset categories, and determined the deal sequencing that forms the portfolio's foundation. Working alongside co-founder Neri Gomez, he personally recruited the CIO and assembled an advisory board chosen not for reputation, but for direct, specific overlap with the exact assets BLACKSUN is acquiring. Before the fund opened for investment, Muhammad had already moved, securing signed agreements across broadcast media, real estate, international professional sports, e-commerce infrastructure, digital content distribution, and a public market listing vehicle. Deals spanning multiple countries, multiple asset classes, and multiple deal structures, all executed before a single investor dollar was committed. The platform was not pitched, it was built. Atan Muhammad is a builder. Neri Gomez, founder, president, and chief operating officer. Neri Gomez brings something rare to a platform of this complexity, a mind that operates at the intersection of capital and human performance. He is a founder, investor, and trusted advisor whose approach combines financial discipline with the kind of clarity and judgment that keeps large, multifaceted organizations moving with purpose. As an entrepreneur, Gomez has built multiple institutions from the ground up, including Manhattan Beach Advisors LLC, Illumination Holdings LLC, and Elevation Consulting Group, spanning private equity, advisory, and human capital development. He serves as a member of the Board of Trustees at Dean College in Franklin, Massachusetts. At BLACKSUN, he is the operational architect. He co-founded the platform alongside Atan Muhammad and has been central to the assembly of the team, the structuring of the fund, and the day-to-day execution that turns a bold vision into a functioning enterprise. Running a platform that spans sports, media, banking, and e-commerce simultaneously demands someone who can hold multiple, complex systems in motion at once, without losing precision, pace, or purpose. Neri Gomez is that person. Chunga Clinton Ingram, Chief Investment Officer. To understand what Chunga Ingram brings to BLACKSUN, you first need to understand where he comes from. The Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, ADIA, is one of the largest and most powerful sovereign wealth funds on earth, with total assets under management estimated at $1.128 trillion. It invests on behalf of the government of Abu Dhabi across every major asset class in virtually every country in the world. It is not a private equity fund. It is not a family office. It is the institutional gold standard of global investment management. Chunga Ingram spent 18 years inside that institution, and the responsibilities he held there are unlike anything you will find behind any emerging fund manager operating today. He began overseeing long-only external investment mandates across North America, Latin America, and emerging markets, managing growth, value, quantitative, and passive strategies across portfolios reaching $60 billion. He drafted and enforced the investment guidelines that govern how those mandates were run. He conducted operational due diligence on external fund managers. He built ADIA's enterprise-wide investment contract function, leading negotiations with fund managers, brokers, hedge funds, and custodians across the globe, and standardizing the legal frameworks that govern hundreds of billions in institutional transactions. He then moved into enterprise risk, developing cross-departmental risk governance frameworks, building private equity due diligence programs,
and serving as Business Continuity Committee Coordinator across an institution managing $500 billion across 176 jurisdictions simultaneously. His final role at ADIA was Senior Manager of Regulatory Risk and Compliance, overseeing investment compliance across 176 countries, running OFAC and KYC programs, managing beneficial ownership reporting, and building compliance automation systems for global equity and futures portfolios. His academic credentials match his professional record: a law degree, an MBA, and executive programs at Harvard Business School, Wharton, INSEAD, the Swiss Finance Institute, and the University of Chicago Booth. Now, consider what this means for BLACKSUN. Most emerging fund managers have spent their careers at mid-sized firms, managing hundreds of millions at best. They are learning institutional governance as they go. They are building compliance infrastructure from scratch. They are developing investor relationships that take years to mature. Chunga Ingram has already done all of that, at the highest level the investment world has ever produced. He knows how sovereign wealth funds think because he worked inside one for nearly 2 decades. He knows what institutional due diligence looks like because he conducted it thousands of times. He knows how to structure compliance across dozens of jurisdictions because he built those systems for one of the most complex investment portfolios in history. That is not a credential. That is a structural advantage. When BLACKSUN sits across the table from a sovereign wealth fund, a major family office, or a GCC institutional investor, the person evaluating our fund on the other side of that table has a peer in this room. Someone who has operated at their level, someone who speaks their language, understands their requirements, and has spent 18 years earning the kind of trust that cannot be manufactured. Every investment decision BLACKSUN makes goes through Chunga Ingram. When he says a deal makes sense, it has been stress tested at the highest level the investment world has to offer.
Behind these 3 principles, a board of advisors who did not just work near these industries, they built the specific businesses BLACKSUN is now building. Ross Levinson, BLACKSUN's proposed Chief Executive Officer of the Master Holding Company. Ross ran Yahoo as its interim CEO and head of global media through a $4.8 billion acquisition by Verizon, managing institutional investors, brand continuity, and one of the most complex corporate transactions in digital media history. He then served as CEO of the Arena Group on the New York Stock Exchange, operating Sports Illustrated, Parade, Men's Journal, and over 40 media brands with full public company reporting and institutional shareholder oversight. Before that, he was CEO of Guggenheim Digital Media, managing Billboard, The Hollywood Reporter, and Dick Clark Productions, and president of Fox Interactive Media, overseeing MySpace, IGN, and Rotten Tomatoes. He has managed some of the most famous media companies in the world through acquisitions, public listings, and digital transformations. He has done the exact job BLACKSUN needs done, and done it at a level very few media executives in the world can match. Sean Carey, Streaming and Content Architecture. Sean built Crackle, one of the world's first on-demand video streaming platforms, from the ground up in 2007 at Sony Pictures Television. He then joined Netflix and personally led its international content launch into the Nordic countries, Australia, and New Zealand, building the programming strategy for one of the most important expansions in streaming history. He later served as SVP of Corporate Development at Sony Corporation, where he advised on the $8.45 billion Amazon acquisition of MGM. The streaming infrastructure BLACKSUN is building for its sports content, Sean built the original version of it. Not a similar version, this one. Scott Royster, Broadcast Finance and African Sports Infrastructure. Scott served as Chief Financial Officer of Urban One, the largest African-American-owned broadcast company in the United States, where he raised over $3 billion in institutional capital and was recognized as Broadcasting CFO of the Year. He He is also a direct investor in Rainbow Sports Group, a sports enterprise operating across 25 countries in Africa that discovers, develops, and represents elite African football talent while connecting to government sports ministries and corporate sponsors across the continent. That network gives World American Football League embedded access to African markets that would otherwise take years and significant capital to build. Scott also served on the board of directors of RLJ Entertainment, part of the media and entertainment enterprise founded by Robert L. Johnson, who created Black Entertainment Television. Joe Abrams, Platform Building and M&A. Joe co-founded Intermix Media, the parent company of MySpace, and sold it to News Corporation for $580 million in 2005. He also co-founded the Software Toolworks, which was acquired by Pearson for $462 million. Over $1 billion in platform exits. He knows how to build an audience platform from nothing, scale it to tens of millions of users, and sell it to the world's biggest buyers. That is the same playbook BLACKSUN is running with its creator economy and sports media platforms. Veda O, Manager, NBA Ownership and Corporate Governance. Veda is the founder and CEO of Manager Global Holdings, a private equity firm focused on sports, hospitality, real estate, and technology. He currently holds active ownership stakes in 4 NBA franchises: the Sacramento Kings, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Atlanta Hawks, and the Charlotte Hornets. He has gone through the NBA's ownership approval process, one of the most complex and relationship-intensive processes in professional sports, 4 separate times as a direct participant and investor. Nobody on any competing platform has done this more than once. Veda has done it 4 times. He also served on the board of directors of Valvoline Inc., the globally recognized petroleum and automotive services company, bringing corporate governance experience at Fortune company scale. Alice Alston, private equity operations, brand building, and global luxury leadership. Alice served as CEO and president of portfolio companies for Fenway Partners Private Equity, a middle-market PE firm that owns some of the most recognizable branded consumer companies in America. One of those companies was Riddell, the #1 football helmet brand in the United States and the official helmet of the NFL. That experience is directly relevant to World American Football League's player safety standards and equipment strategy. She also served as CEO of the De Beers and LVMH joint venture, one of the most prestigious luxury brand operations in the world, bringing the same business discipline to a global luxury diamond brand that BLACKSUN is applying to its sports and entertainment platform. And at Condé Nast, Alice led the launch of O, the Oprah magazine, the largest and most successful magazine launch in the history of American publishing. The magazine generated record revenue in its very first year of existence. She grew W Magazine revenue by 100% during her leadership. Alice has done something rare. She has delivered real financial results at institutional scale inside the exact type of private equity platform BLACKSUN is building. And she has done it across sports equipment, global luxury, and media all at once. Roy Jones Jr., President of Knockout Fights, 4-time world champion, the global face and standard of combat sports. Gary Clark, NFL legend, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 4-time Pro Bowler, President of the World American Football League, one of the greatest wide receivers in Washington Commanders history, and now the executive leader of World American Football League, the league BLACKSUN is building to take American football to the world. These people did not advise on businesses like BLACKSUN's. They built them from scratch at the highest level. The team is the assets. John Godina, founding team member and managing director, BLACKSUN Private Equity. John Godina is one of the most accomplished athletes in the history of American sport, and one of the most innovative minds in elite athlete development that the sports world has ever produced. His competitive record is extraordinary. A 4-time world champion in the shot put, winning gold at the 1995, 1997, and 2001 Outdoor World Championships, and the 2001 Indoor World Championship. A 3-time Olympian, silver medalist at the 1996 Atlanta Olympic Games, bronze medalist at the 2000 Sydney Olympic Games, the first American athlete in 72 years to qualify for the Olympics in both the shot put and discus, a 5-time NCAA champion and 11-time All-American at UCLA, where he still holds school and conference records, a 2-time recipient of the Jesse Owens Award, presented to the outstanding male track and field performer in the United States, inducted into the UCLA Athletics Hall of Fame in 2005. But what John Godina built after his playing career may be even more consequential. After retiring from professional competition, Godina founded Altus, a world-class elite athlete training organization that redefined what high-performance sports development could look like. Altus combined elite athlete training, a comprehensive coaches education system, and nationwide youth development camps into a single, integrated performance institution. The results speak for themselves. Altus sent 17 athletes to the World Championships and returned with 5 medals. It sent 21 athletes to the Rio de Janeiro Olympic Games and brought home 5 medals from those games as well. Under Godina's leadership, Altus became one of the most respected athlete development organizations in the world, training elite performers across multiple track and field disciplines and producing champions at the highest levels of international competition. As a founding team member and managing director of BLACKSUN, Godina brings this rare combination: competitive excellence at the Olympic level and institutional expertise in elite athlete development directly into the platform's DNA. His role spans the full BLACKSUN sports ecosystem. For the HSL, the pipeline that identifies and develops the next generation of professional sports stars for the NBA, the NFL, and the World American Football League, Godina brings a development philosophy built and proven at the Olympic level. For World American Football League, a league that will recruit and develop elite athletic talent across 32 international franchises, he brings the methodology, the relationships, and the credibility that only a 4-time world champion who built a global training institution can provide. It takes a champion to build champions. John Godina has done both.